Hi guys, and welcome to the Expressive Podcast. You're chilling with your girl Emily. I wanted to do a quick breakdown of what happened between Nathi Mthethwa and Bonang. So it's quite exceptional how Bonang voiced out her opinion on Twitter like that and actually managed to convince Nathi Mthethwa to backtrack on that ridiculous 22 million rand flag. So it came as a surprise, this flag, you guys, because all these years it seemed like the general public are the ones feeling the brunt of Nathi Mthethwa, as well as this whole cabal of old leadership that is currently in government. This leadership does not concern itself with matters of ordinary South Africans, and Nathi Mthethwa is the current Minister of Sports and Arts and Culture in Mzansi. And why we still have sports and arts and culture in one category baffles me to this day, but that's a story for another day. Now, Mr. Nathi Mthethwa went on TV over there at ENCA and had an interview with JJ Tabani, and he was passionately trying to justify this flag, why it was reasonable for South Africa to pay 22 million rands for a flag when over 50% of the youth in South Africa is unemployed, when some artists have not even been making money, let alone sports stars, ever since the pandemic hit the country. So it was quite weird to see him passionately protecting and trying to justify 22 million rands for a flag. Here is the clip that sent South Africa on an outrage. I'm gonna insert it right here, you guys. Here's the clip.
We wanted to understand what is going to be paying for what, and so on. And the alternative was something which I thought was going to be a tick box exercise, that we have a flag.
So this one, what does it do? Does it lie? I'm trying to place 22 million in context.
It's 120 meters tall flag,
all right,
which is 10 meter by 15 meter, the flag itself.
Okay.
And during the day, it will be seen. At night, you'll also be able to see it. Because
it's lit.
It lit at night, because the education has to be continuous, both during the day and at night. And the massive nature of the flag is bringing in the steel industry, because
the steel industry. So the pole, is this the pole?
Yes, right from the building of the flag itself. With a lot of cranes which would have to get this very, big, massive steel with a lot of construction material and so on. So the value, as I said, would outlive us. Us, because it is important, JJ. It is important that we make the point that I hear you talk about priorities and so on. But as I said to you, this is a fully fledged branch which has built museums, which has built a lot of monuments in the past and continues to do that.
Now, it's totally crazy and outrageous as how this man is looking very much out of touch. It is one of the most shocking things that I think it doesn't even shock me anymore, because this is what they do. This is how out of touch they are with their leadership style. So he has totally lost touch of reality and what is happening in South Africa. They are literally living in their own world at this point. So we thank Queen B for making him snap out of it. Now, Nathi Mthethwa is no stranger to public ridicule and scrutiny. When Marikana happened in the mines at Rustenburg, where mine workers were shot dead at Rustenburg in 2012 for asking for 12,000 rands per month as a salary, he was then been the residing minister of police, if I'm not mistaken. And people have also criticized him for showing up at celebrations of funerals and public figures only to give long, irrelevant speeches ever since he became the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture. Now, another recent controversy is that of Natasha Tahani, when she was going through the whole scandal of having saying that or alleging that Mambaleka Mbete is the one who paid 1 million rands for her to go study film in the USA, in New York City, New York Film Academy, and he had to step in and try to save the situation by saying that their department is actually the one that gave Natasha that funding, and he was literally cleaning up for Mambaleka Mbete at that point. Now Lebonza Queen B decided to lash out at him after this footage played out on social media. It was going viral on Twitter, and she stepped into the conversation by tweeting first, "Fire this man, please." And then she went on to say, "You have no clue what you're doing. Go away," at Nathi Mthethwa essay. And then lastly, she said, "You are useless and we all hate you," at Nathi Mthethwa essay. Now this was extremely brave of Bonang. However, a little part of me could not help but feel excited about her using her 5.2 million followers for a very good cause. And it also looks like Bonang's tweets were heard, despite some other celebrities jumping in like Penny Lipiani, alluding to the fact that because she has been scorned, it's the reason why she's fighting, because she's also fighting for her friends. It's only when that she is affected that she begins to voice out her opinion and what she's not happy with, of which to some extent I agree with. But if it has to take someone with 5 million followers to effect change, then I have nothing against it, because what Bonang did was exceptional. Well, later today, our current President Cyril Ramaphosa, decided to let us know as the public what had happened regarding the situation with the flag, and he is alluding to the fact that Mr. Nathi Mthethwa asked him if he should scrap this whole idea, and he said yes, scrap it, cancel it. Well, I don't like the fact that he's saying it in a joking manner, but here's the footage, you guys. You tell me if I'm drawing in too much to this or whether it's a jokey joke. Let me know.
Mthethwa comes to me. He says, "President, please tell me when I can call you." So I say, "Mthethwa, I'm in a cabinet committee meeting. We'll talk afterwards." So I call him back and he says, "President, this flag thing, which is such a wonderful initiative, it seems that our people are not happy with it." No, of course they are not happy. What should I do? Cancel this thing.
Well, to me, you guys, what I find very disturbing is the fact that he's laughing. So our struggles and the fact that this 22 million rand flag upset us so much is a joke to our president. Anyway, the initial intent was to tell you how Bonang spoke truth to power and actually inspired a lot of us to use our platforms to speak truth to power as well. Like using her 5.2 million followers to actually get a whole government to retract on something that was completely out of touch and completely insensitive when we have a society that is struggling so much. Guys, let me know what you think on the comments down below. Do you actually think if we became this vocal, we could effect some change? If we learn from Queen B a little bit of how she has done things. I know there are other people who continuously do this, who speak truth to power, but I can tell you that you are being heard. don't stop. Continue speaking about the inconsistencies and the failures of this government, and wake some of those who are sleeping up, because it's important that we do that. It's important that we as a society hold this government responsible. Guys, let me know what you think on the comments down below. Until the next upload, thank you so much for making it up this far end of this podcast that I created myself. Well, we all have to start somewhere. I appreciate your views so much, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.